Number 1. Hello, Intervlog family. Welcome back to the channel that takes you straight into the heartbeat of Africa, straight into the land where destiny is being rewritten by the hands of its own sons and daughters. Today, buckle up, because we are bringing you a story that will blow your mind. A story that will make you say, wow. Yes, Intervlog family, Burkina Faso has done it again. Under the fearless leadership of President Captain Ibrahim Traoré, something extraordinary is happening, and something that the whole world must take note of. Imagine this: Burkinabe gold miners, who just 2 years ago were struggling under the chains of foreign domination, have now become millionaires. Not only millionaires, but patriots who are building their country with their own wealth. And to show their gratitude, they have just delivered a record donation of 400 tons of cement to the president's great initiative, Faso Mabo. Let's take a pause here. Intervlog family, can you feel the weight of that gesture? 400 tons of cement, 95 wheelbarrows, 17 shovels. This is not just a donation. This is a revolution of gratitude, solidarity, and nation building. These are not the days of begging. These are the days of giving. These are the days of Burkinabe sons and daughters saying, "Thank you, President Traoré, for giving us back our gold, for giving us back our dignity, for making us the new millionaire miners of Burkina Faso." And today, we will break it down for you. We will tell you how Captain Ibrahim Traoré nationalized gold, how he handed the wealth of the land to its rightful owners, how lives were transformed, and how this bold action is now turning Burkina Faso into a beacon of hope for Africa. So sit tight, Intervlog family. This is the story of courage. This is the story of destiny. This is the story of how a people took back their wealth and are now building their future. And as always, Intervlog will sprinkle a few parables along the way, because African wisdom teaches us that quand tu donnes la houe aux paysans, ils transforment la terre en pain pour la nation. When you give the hoe to the farmer, he transforms the land into bread for the nation. That is exactly what Captain Ibrahim Traoré has done. Now let's go to the roots of this transformation. Just 2 years ago, before Traoré's rise to leadership, Burkina Faso's gold industry was largely controlled by Western companies. The land was rich, the soil was filled with treasure, but the sons of the land were poor. Foreigners came, extracted gold in tons, and left behind holes, poverty, and despair. It was the classic colonial script: Africa's wealth leaving Africa. But then came a young, fearless, and patriotic leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He looked at the situation and said, "Enough is enough. How can a country be sitting on gold and its people remain in rags? How can the blood of the land enrich foreigners while Burkinabe children go hungry? How can dignity exist without sovereignty?" And in his trademark courage, Traoré made the bold move. He took mining sites from the West. Yes, Intervlog family, he took back what belonged to the people. He said the days of exploitation are over. The days of national pride have come. He nationalized the gold, not for himself, not for a small elite, but for the people of Burkina Faso. And he did something even more extraordinary. He handed these mining sites over to Burkinabe miners, the sons of the land, the ones who had been marginalized for so long. And here is the miracle. In just 2 years, these miners became millionaires. They were no longer exploited laborers. They became the new masters of their destiny. They became what we now proudly call the new millionaire miners of Burkina Faso. Think about that, Intervlog family. In less than 2 years, Captain Ibrahim Traoré created millionaires, not through corruption, not through nepotism, not through favoritism, but through justice, courage, and vision. That is leadership. That is patriotism. That is what it means to put your people first. Quand l'arbre pousse dans sa propre terre, il donne des fruits plus doux. When the tree grows in its own soil, it produces sweeter fruits. Traoré planted the gold back into Burkinabe hands, and today, Burkina Faso is tasting the sweet fruits of prosperity. Now let's zoom into the lives of these new millionaire miners. Before, they were surviving day by day. They had dreams but no opportunities. They worked under foreign bosses, they sweated, but their sweat only enriched others. But today, their lives are transformed. They are building houses, their children are going to better schools. They are driving cars, yes, but more importantly, they are building communities. They are creating jobs for others. They are no longer beggars at the table of foreign companies. They are the hosts of their own banquet. Take the example of the Ganzurgu gold miners. These are the men and women who recently came together to say thank you to the president by donating 400 tons of cement to the Faso Mebo initiative. That gesture speaks louder than words. It says, we have received, and now we give back. It says, our prosperity is linked to our nation's prosperity. Intervlog family, this is patriotism in action, this is gratitude in action. This is what happens when leadership connects with the heart of the people. Listen to the words of Adama Ouedraogo, president of the AODG, who said, we responded to our president's call because he is a man of the law. When he came to power, the country was in the midst of a security crisis. He made many efforts to bring peace to several crisis areas. Then he returned to the city to build the country with the Faso Mebo initiative. Wow. Intervlog family, can you feel the truth in those words? A leader who does not just fight battles, but also builds houses. A leader who does not just defend borders, but also strengthens communities. That is Traoré. That is why the miners feel blessed. That is why they are giving back. And Burema Nikiema, the organizer of the AODG, added, we call on all gold miners, traders, and residents of Ganzurgu province to contribute to the construction of the country because this initiative is laudable. This is the spirit of solidarity. This is the spirit of Faso Mebo. This is the spirit that is turning Burkina Faso into a family, where everyone builds, everyone contributes, everyone shines. Quand la main reçoit, le cœur se souvient. When the hand receives, the heart remembers. The miners received dignity and prosperity from Traoré, and their hearts remembered. That is why they gave 400 tons of cement. Now, Intervlog family, let's talk about the cement donation itself. 400 tons, 95 wheelbarrows, 17 shovels. At first glance, these are just materials. But in reality, they are symbols. They symbolize gratitude. They symbolize nation building. They symbolize the new spirit of Burkina Faso. This cement will build schools, hospitals, homes, roads. This cement will become walls of dignity, roofs of hope, and bridges of unity. It will stand as a monument of the new contract between the people and their leader. It will whisper to future generations, here lived a people who gave back. Here lived miners who were millionaires in wealth and in heart. Captain Tisologo Zakaria, the president's special representative, said it beautifully. The donation of these cements is not just a simple material gesture. It symbolizes our desire to build sustainable infrastructure, support economic development, and improve the quality of life of our fellow citizens. That is exactly what we see here. Not a simple donation, but a movement. Not just cement, but commitment. Une maison ne se construit pas avec des paroles, mais avec des briques. A house is not built with words, but with bricks. The miners did not just praise Traoré with speeches. They praised him with cement, with shovels, with wheelbarrows. That is authentic gratitude. But let's go even deeper. Why is this happening? Why are miners giving back so generously? It is because they finally have a leader who supports indigenous companies, who believes in local talent, who trusts his own people. Under past regimes, foreign companies were glorified, while Burkinabe talent was ignored. The logic was always, the foreigner knows better. The foreigner has the expertise. The foreigner must lead. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré turned that logic upside down. He said, "The Burkinabe knows his land, the Burkinabe knows his soil, the Burkinabe must lead." He empowered indigenous miners. He empowered local associations. He gave opportunities to those who were once invisible. And the results are clear: prosperity, gratitude, and nation building. Quand le lion garde son territoire, aucune hyène ne peut l'envahir. When the lion guards his territory, no hyena can take it away. Traoré is the lion guarding Burkina Faso's wealth. He did not let foreign hyenas devour the gold anymore. He protected it, and he handed it back to his people. That is why today, the people are roaring with pride. Now let's analyze the advantages of this bold move of nationalizing gold and giving it to Burkinabe miners. No longer is Burkina Faso's gold enriching foreign banks. Today, the wealth stays at home. It circulates in local markets, builds local businesses, and strengthens the Burkinabe economy. New millionaires. The miners themselves became millionaires in just 2 years. Not through corruption, but through hard work, supported by patriotic policy. This creates a new class of wealthy citizens who are deeply loyal to the nation. With their wealth, the miners give back. The 400 tons of cement are proof. Tomorrow, it may be schools, hospitals, factories, or highways. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog, same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.